A man accidentally arrived on the island of the little people. His entire body was tied up with ropes, and even his size 35 canvas shoes were locked up. Suddenly, Paul let out a loud roar and pulled the wooden stakes out of the ground. After standing up, he thought he must be dreaming. At that moment, the general rode toward him on a fine horse, holding a spear and thrusting it at him. Then several soldiers threw hooks, caught Paul's chubby butt, and began to pull with all their might. Paul couldn't resist and fell to the ground with a thud, then passed out. When he woke up again, he was tightly tied to a cart and slowly pushed into the little people's kingdom. The inexperienced princess had never seen such a giant man. The next day, Paul was taken to the fields to pull a cart and plow the land. Just then, the royal palace was attacked by assassins from an enemy nation. So the general quickly turned the steering wheel to control Paul and returned to the palace to rescue the king. Paul marched in grand strides, rushing back to the palace at a speed of 60 kilometers per second. The general told Paul to lie down, jumped off, and insisted on rescuing the princess alone, ordering all the soldiers not to interfere. But Karl knew the general was bluffing, so he unlocked Paul's shackles and begged him to help save the princess. At this critical moment, Paul was the first to arrive. He pinched 2 assassins and threw them into a fish pond, rescuing the princess with ease. By the time the general arrived, the fight was already over. The princess expressed deep gratitude to Paul, while the king was still trapped in the burning palace. Paul rushed over, trying to pull the king out with his hand, but got burned. Karl told him they needed water to put out the fire. Paul agreed and did something that shocked everyone. He took off his giant shorts and peed on the burning palace. Though a bit inflamed, it saved the king's life. Just then, the general arrived and yelled at him to stop, but Paul turned and the last bit of pee hit the general instead. Though the scene smelled unpleasant, at least the king was saved. Thus, Paul became a hero in the little people's kingdom.